Wall Street is now online, baby. That's right. Visit the GW District. Shop the very best in men's and women's apparel and accessories, home decor, office supplies, books, pantry items, and so much more. The GW District is a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media. We're both veteran and Black-owned, and we're bringing you the best online shopping experience with products made by small businesses. Come and experience the GW District difference today at shopgwdistrict.com. That's shopgwdistrict.com. The GW District, a retail marketplace of Black-owned products and media.
That's right. That's right.
Ha. What you say? I told a young nigga, just listen, you trippin'. You ain't talking money, get out of my face. I just went picked up a shipment and flipped it, then hop on a jet to go smoke on the bay. All of this cash in abundance I'm getting, I'm feeling myself, baby, what can I say? If you wanna learn how I'm living, just listen. I come from the dirt to the top of the ranks. Heard that they hating on a nigga. Why? Cause I could go fuck a new hoe every day. He asked for a verse, he asking to pay. I'm needing it now and I'm talking today. All of this cash in abundance I'm getting, I'm feeling myself, baby, what can I say? If you wanna learn how I'm living, just listen. I come from the dirt to the top of the ranks.
100, 200, 300, 4. Can't get enough, always need more. Money's like my sex life, not making it, I'm not living right. Need to feed my appetite, my family hungry, gotta feed them right. Listen, I can show you. We can see each other. Hello, hello, hello. Finally caught up with you. Finally.
I know. Finally, we're here. We are here.
And I love the energy. I love the smile, looking all beautiful and shit.
Thank you.
Lips
Thank you so
popping.
much.
So how has
Yes.
your day been today? How have your day been?
It's been pretty okay. As we all know, when you're getting closer to things that you are supposed to be getting closer to, blessings, I guess you could say, as some people call them, the devil, as also some people refer to it, really tries to attack you. So it's been one of those days, but as always, I am a triumphant queen and we shall prosper. So that's how I'm going to leave that. Ain't nothing going to stop my shine, my glam, and my bag.
Most definitely. And because I was like, from like just checking out your Twitter and everything, you are a female dominatrix, am I correct? So everybody can
Yes,
understand.
that is right. Yes,
And
yes, yes, yes.
how long have you been in the lifestyle practicing and the whole nine? So before I go into my particulars, so they can get a little background on your pretty.
Okay. Okay. So for those of you that do not know me, I am the Superior Goddess Heaven, Superior Heaven for short. My honorific is Superior or Master Heaven. I do not like to be called Goddess. However, I will always correct those who come at me incorrectly. As far as the BDSM scene and lifestyle, I've been into it. I am the age of 27 years old. I've been working within the BDSM field for overall 10 years. Since I was like 17 years old is when I was first introduced to kink play and just kinkiness all together. As far as being a female dominatrix, this will be coming up in December on my 3rd year. I'm very blessed and I'm very grateful for being able to find this umbrella within the BDSM field of being a female dominatrix, as far as being a within the category of doing the financial domination that will be going on in December for me within 2 years. So altogether, 3 years as far as the female dominatrix as of December the 9th.
So people, as you can see, you see where this show is heading, right, people? You see where this show is heading. So with that being said, people, welcome to the Smokers Lounge here on Anchor, the perfect app for
Welcome,
you
welcome.
who's trying to start their own podcast career. All you got to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm and get yourself a profile and start a podcast today. I'm the host, Kevin Officer of a Champ, aka the Porn Rap Star. I know what it is. Find all my links with one link allmylinks.com/porn rap star. Also, let me tell you about three wonderful sponsors we got. The first one being the Facebook LS community, lsworld.com. Next up, the hottest adult magazine in the game, Eroticism Magazine. So go to eroticismmagazine.com and get yourself a subscription. And last but not least, but black owned. For you
All
content
right.
creators, we have 90% profit. Don't have to worry about no hashtag problems. If you're a content creator, you know what I'm talking about. And they even offer health care. For you consumers, a new place where you can consume your triple X content or fetish content or kink content, whatever you are into, I'm pretty sure they have it. I'm talking about excitebunny.com. Also, proud member of the GW District Black Podcasting Network. Also, go over to shopgwdistrict.com and get the opportunity to buy products from over 500 black-owned retailer shops and boutique. Also, every Monday through Friday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, you get to listen to me on fullyswapradio.com. Also, check me out on skyhawkafterdarktv.com, as well as the BGP LLC app on the SGP radio. Try to say that shit 5 times fast.
You let them know. You let them know.
So now she already introduced herself, but because
I
normally
shall again. It's not a problem if that's what's needed to be done.
I nothing wrong with that because I'm a fellow dom and I know how it is. Go ahead, reintroduce yourself.
Thank you so much. Love to hear all the accolades. Once again, greetings, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're listening to this, everyone. I am, once again, the Superior Goddess Heaven, hailing all the way from a side of your internet. Been in the BDSM scene for about 10 years altogether. Been a female dominant for 3 years altogether up through December. Categorized as an ebony dominant, financial dominant, and the humiliatrix of the Carolinas. It's so nice to be here. I'm so awesome to be here, and I'm just ready to get into it. Let's do it.
First of all, I had to interview her, people, because she's from my state. Period. Because first of all, my state is so on the low with it. It's not as open as I wish it could be.
Talk about it.
Because because a lot of times you run into a lot of bullshitters and people that talk about it, even to like I might get a couple that want me to be a bull, and they want to is the cup thing, and they're not even fucking serious and stuff like that. So be it that you're in a state where really it's not that strong, but yet you're able to succeed. Tell me about how it is with your experience in the BDSM lifestyle of North Carolina.
So being based in the Carolinas is actually very hard due to the simple fact exactly what you stated. I've met a lot of people that have been interested as far as collabing with myself and interested as far as meeting me or doing a meet and greet. But then, the day comes or the time comes and they get so intimidated that they flake out or communications end up just being off the rails or whatever. So it can be kind of difficult. When I met one of my first subs that I'm not gonna name because I'm not giving him any clout. As far as doing any work, he was the one that was nice enough to come down to North Carolina and help me establish my brand and my name. So that's kind of been how it's been going down, just meeting other actual submissives out of the Carolina areas that's willing to travel or that's willing to fly me to them. And I'm able to do what I do and do what I do best, being the humiliatrix of the Carolinas and record my content and get it out there on these platforms, which is something that I'm looking truly forward to do next. But in the Carolinas, it's been very hard, just as you stated earlier, a lot of flakes or a lot of fakes. So I've been doing as much traveling as I can do, which is the most traveling I've done since the wonderful pandemic, quote unquote, and just trying to make it do what it do as far as showing like, hey, I'm from the Carolinas. This is how I get down, and this is where I'm at in my city. So yeah, just traveling and still getting my content out there.
So, when you speak of content, so my listeners can understand what type of content we talking about that you record, so we get a
Okay.
parameter.
So as far as content, it's really just for basic general or content for dummies, as far as just everyday pictures or everyday videos. So as far as my content, what I like to record is myself involved within certain fetishes and kinks that myself and submissive have consensually
Okay.
agreed upon being recorded. So for instance, one of my favorite ones is the human ashtray. And the human ashtray is where my submissive at the time agrees to be my ashtray as a human. And so as I say ash, they know that that command means to open their mouths and receive my ashes
Hold on, wait a
from
second. Hey,
none other than a good old boy.
demonstration. Open up,
So then you
bitch.
say ash, and literally you ash it right in their mouth, right? And they're not allowed to swallow until they get the permission from me. So
Yeah.
that is a part of like something as far as content that I also record. I also like another fetish that is called human furniture. So I may make a submissive become my human footstool, and I'm going to rest my beautiful ebony feet right on top of their back and enjoy my best life. And so things like that, taking pictures of things like that, taking videos of things like that, to in order to mesh them together, is how I create my content
Okay, no
by
doubt.
recording myself in the
Mm.
real time fetish to show that I am who I am.
Now, be it that you're in the fetish market, because really, with most people, they use their content to really make money. You're not dependent upon making money from the content for what I've observed and looked and or what have you to a certain extent. Because I tell people when it comes to dominatrix, your money's really made by face to face because that's where the money really is. Period. It's not. And understand, people. They're not escorts. There's no sex going on during these sessions.
Thank you so
It
much.
might be a little brutal for the sub, but it ain't no sex. Or unless you want to get pegged. Now, that's a totally different story, which I'm pretty sure she'd have
Correct,
done that a
correct.
couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But so it's kind of like you use the videos to, let's say, advertise your services almost to a certain extent.
Yes.
It's
So
a bonus to make
first of
money.
all, first of all, thank you so much for this question so that I can clarify. In the beginning, when I did start 2 years ago, of course, as any regular person knows, you have to advertise, you have to market, you have to promote in order to be known, in order to get out there, in order for your brand to grow. And that's what I am always into doing, growing my brand in the proper way. Sometimes I have some fuck ups, and sometimes, for the most part, though, I have a lot of gains from the content that I create. Now, with the question that you said in the beginning, yes, my content purposes was strictly and solely for promotion and marketing reasons. However, now, with this whole pandemic thing, the shift of the world, as we both know, survival of the fittest, or as I guess I could put it in better layman's terms, evolution has taken us from a lot of real time and in real life sessions and things and has taken it to the content creator world. So right now I'm actually in the mix of learning how to do editing, learning about these apps that have the best editing and everything, because now I actually do want to make funds and profit from my actual content. But what you said, I completely agree, and that's kind of how a lot of my apprenticeships and my my trainings worked. The people that I apprenticed under, I saw them making their money from in real life sessions. I saw them making their money from booking sessions and things. I never seen them online with their subs, except for when it came to the vetting process. Now, what my process is I do vet online, as well as I like to play at least 3 times online with sub before the sub is actually granted permission or denied to meet with me in person. And that's because at the end of the day, we still got to have a feel of each other. We're still strangers. So, I still want to make sure that you're comfortable for me and that I'm comfortable for you, because nobody's going to pay, or as I like to say, invest in something that they're not comfortable with. But as I always say, invest in me and invest in the
Hey,
best.
I'm gonna tell you
Uh,
what's funny. I like the fact she said invest, people. Listen to the word in there. Invest. It's just go ahead. I'm just
so as I was stating, I just, I want to make sure that the investments that come to me and the clients that come to me are comfortable, because at the end of the day, that's what makes anyone return, if they're happy, satisfied, and comfortable, and just speaking off the topic real quick, as men, period, I think that's all that you guys sometimes really look for, is just the comfortability in the woman who's going to bring you that sense of peace, and so if it's not in their relationship and if it's not with their wife, then it's damn sure with their superior. And so I just try to make sure that I bring that vibe and that energy and that personality that they are so in love with and so attached to each and every time, to make sure that that investment is a return. So yeah.
yeah, because it's kind of like with now also with the type videos that you probably do. I mean, one, especially with like the human furniture, the ashtray, that's not too harsh when it comes to the hashtags. It's when it
No.
comes to like the scat, um,
Correct.
and
Water
stuff of that
sports.
nature, and water sports and stuff of that nature, which I'm pretty sure you get those types of, pretty
Uh-huh. Yes.
and everything. So how do you navigate the hashtags, period? Because I know you got some of that content, because I'm pretty sure you convinced a substitute to let you film you shitting on or peeing on.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What I love about myself is that I'm just so vibrant and radiant that, I'll state something, I'll think something, I'll manifest it, and it's gonna come to reality. I've been working lately on just remembering that you can do anything that you put your mind to, as well as just working lately on the shadow work of and meditation. But to get on topic with your question, so in the FinDom world, we don't use hashtags. We use keywords. So we just type the keywords within our tweet. Such as in my pin tweet, you might see keyword FinDom, keyword ass worship, keyword ebony goddess. So we just kind of take out the hashtag altogether and we just use keywords. And whatever we can use to gain the tractions with the hashtags is the hashtags that we will use. Unfortunately, what we found out back in these last couple of months is certain hashtags can get your account suspended
Yeah,
from being a NSFW account, with Twitter and their guidelines and their rules and regulations. So, like I stated, in the FinDom community, hashtags aren't even allowed. It just kind of depends. Maybe like hashtag ebony, hashtag foot. But yeah, as far as like hashtag scat, hashtag water sports,
yeah,
hashtag sounding, those are things that you really have to look out for due to account suspension or account limits, or lock features because of Twitter's rules and regulations. So we use keywords instead of hashtags. And then if you can use hashtags, then like I stated, it will be something that's a little more subliminal and not something that's super, like, as the world considers it, outrageous, but as we consider it normal. So yeah.
now the other question, because see, this is all about dominatrix, film, all that, because like this is what this episode is about. I see a lot of females use the film dom or femdom. Now, please break down to people one what the femdom is, not film dom, femdom, which is the financial dom,
Ah, so
and,
I want to give like an
and how
exact
they
definition.
work, because a lot of females want to play in that game, but they don't understand how that game works. You feel me? Because before you start, so people understand, when you're dealing in the BDSM, there's a niche market, whether it's content or whether you're doing meet and greets. Anything
Hmm.
that doesn't seem authentic or real, they do not fuck with. They will call you out on
Correct.
it. So, but go ahead.
I agree. Give me a second. Due to the recording, I definitely want to give an exact definition. Besides what I can come up with off the top of my head, but for educational purposes, let me give the actual definition of findom. Um, findom and not, as you said, femdom. So what is findom?
Mm.
So financial domination is what is the definition on here? Nope, I don't like the definition.
See, that's right. When you are
All right, here we go, viewers. So it is a psychological fetish that involves mostly men, as we refer to as pay pigs, taking on a submissive role and worshiping their findoms, their financial dominant or dominant women, by paying them and getting off on having their accounts controlled for nothing tangible in return at all. So Findon is literally just what it sounds like as far as financial domination. Your goddess, your master, your female in charge has taken over your account, and you get off on the relinquish of your funds to your dominant for absolutely nothing in return besides her happiness and well-being. And that's what that is.
smoke that over. But here's the question that I asked with that. Do females understand the difficulty of finding a pay pig? Because even with me, I had a pay pig, which I still
Woo!
have a pay pig, but I just ain't bothered him because he wanted to be cheap, and I got tired of the cheapness of it. So it preached to, though not even it's work, because it's not really work, because the way it works is they find you more so you find them. But explain
Correct.
how hard it is for you to run across one. The people say,
Um, Honestly, if we had to put it on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 10 out of 10 as far as difficulty level goes. It's not easy to find a real secured pay pig, because when you say pay pig, what I think about is going back to that word investment. I want to make sure that I'm finding a client, a submissive that is well off enough that taking care of me financially is not something that's going to worry him. Finding pay pigs, as you stated earlier, is not someone that is going to be cheap. As well as being in the dominant roles for you and I, we're not negotiating what it is that we stated that we want from our pay pigs. If I have a contract with you, if I have a agreement with you, that is what I expect for you to abide by. And from that contract, I only expect you to get better, especially as a pay pig. It's in its name in itself, pay pig. So you're paying me because you are a pig that enjoys me controlling your funds and your finances. But it's, as you stated, it's not easy for anybody coming into this industry, into this lifestyle, that's watching this podcast or hearing about me and clicking on this video. It is not easy. And sex work is work. It's real work. And being a findom is being a sex worker. A lot of people, for whatever reason, don't feel that it's literally a psychological, a psychological mind manipulating game that you use with sexual innuendos. So once again, findom is sex
yeah,
work.
cause
Uh,
see, I'm gonna tell you what people don't realize. It's psychology. Even
mhm,
down to your marketing or what have you. Because even with like when I look at your page, right?
okay,
You're giving me pinup vibe. You're giving me, you know what I'm saying? Sexy vibe, like the same techniques that the porn stars use to a certain extent,
correct,
because you're drawing them in, but you're drawing in a different type energy. You get where I'm coming from?
okay,
You know what I'm
yes.
saying? Period. Speak to that.
As they always say, use what you got to get what you want. So I, as being the confident woman that I am, and just knowing that I'm going to get a man to do, or men to do, what it is that I say. It's really easy, honestly, to manipulate or to get psychologically in a man's head when I know the first thing that he's going to pay attention to is my breast, is my ass, or just my shape, or my figure, period, my physique, all in all. So I don't mind using what I got to get what I want, because one, I'm going to set the boundary. Two, I'm going to set the standard. And three, you're going to know my rules. So I'm comfortable within my realm, within my aura, within my own self. You know what I'm saying? So next, all that I'm asking for is for those who's ready to be comfortable up under me to approach and get ready to go for the wildest ride of their lives as far as me being their dominant. So that's just kind of what I feel, hell, I'm a porn viewer myself. So as I put myself into a submissive shoes, what would I like to see? What would draw me in? What will bring me in? You know what
Because
I'm
Dom
saying?
was a
At,
submissive first. Any Dom was a
yeah,
submissive first. At some point,
correct,
and they may not
correct.
even realize it, because like, I mean, I'm not even gonna front, like the biggest joke. I said I wanted to do this commercial for TikTok where I said, here's my coffee cup. And then I put down my wife's coffee cup. I said, who you think is the alpha in the relationship? And she got to be the coffee cup. You feel what I'm saying? So even to the point, and I here to tell people, like, yeah, I am submissive to my wife. Yeah, she's a dominant to me. You know, period. She's the only woman that will ever get that role.
But as you should be. That makes a lot of sense, only because of the dynamic of the relationship and the situation, and also because they say happy wife, happy life. So of course the husband is just gonna kind of give in and listen from time to time, and it's easier because we as women are emotional creatures, so it's a little bit easier sometimes to just give in and say, okay, well, what is it that I can do to compromise? But I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead
No, go ahead, go ahead. But,
with
no,
what you
I'm
were
saying,
fixing.
but like I was saying, it was that's why I think what a lot of people don't realize is that at the end of the day, you just don't jump into this. You need to do your research.
Correct.
You also need to know yourself, because a lot of people don't understand. Part of this is knowing who you are,
Yes.
and
Yes. Oh
finding
goodness,
yourself with
yes.
this. Yes.
Yes. Let me speak on that. Um I have been in, and you might can't look at me and tell, but I've been in a domestic violence relationship. I've also unfortunately been raped. And with those situations, it has brought about a sense of confidence and a sense of, I will never allow anybody, and let alone any man, to ever manipulate or take advantage of me again. I will never give anybody that much power over my vessel, over my body. So I completely agree. It teaches you a sense of self-respect for yourself. It also teaches you how to create boundaries. It teaches you how to stand up for yourself. And yeah, you're right. Nobody should just jump into this, especially if they're going through some healing work. I'm going through some healing work myself, but I have always been within the dominant persona. I'm a firstborn of three. I've been the leader, the president, the vice president of a lot of social clubs, as well as at my university, Eagle Pride. Shout out to NCCU. So I've always been
Time
in
out.
a leadership role. What's
No,
going on?
no, she didn't go to school in my town. Stop playing.
I did. Yes, I did. I did.
Shit, hell yeah.
I did. I did.
Yeah,
So,
on the radio
but
station.
finishing
Go
out,
ahead.
I'm sorry, finishing out that statement though, yes, I've always been in the leadership dominant persona role. So it wasn't too hard to jump into it. What was hard though was jumping into it without any knowledge.
Mm,
So it's always great to have the knowledge, even if you are looking up to someone, even if you've watched 1,000 videos and you think that you know what you're doing. I promise you don't. If you don't have that textbook knowledge, if you haven't taken some type of apprenticeship, if you haven't taken some type of training, there are plenty of actual established women, female dominatrix, that is so wonderful when it comes to giving knowledge to anybody watching us our clip right now, and may be interested into doing this. Please make sure that you come in with some knowledge, especially textbook knowledge, because it's very hard to go from unlearning a learned behavior that was so wrong because you've made it a habit. You need to make good habits within this industry and within the lifestyle and not come in making bad habits. But I agree. You definitely need to know a sense of self coming into this because a lot of people don't even realize that they're switches. They like to
Yeah,
be both
yeah.
dominant and submissive, but because they're trying to portray so bad that they're dominant, it's fucking them up. It's fucking them up really bad because they don't want to just admit that they enjoy being a dominant and being a switch. A dominant on Monday, a switch on Wednesday. There's
Again,
absolutely
there's
nothing
a lot
wrong
of
with
men
that.
that
It's
get paid. There's a lot of men that get paid because for a man to
yeah,
get paid, that's the most submissive he could ever be.
correct.
That's the most submissive he could ever be. So people don't realize that. See, and it's because one is not just he getting fucked in the ass, he's getting fucked in the ass by a woman, which is totally as unnatural as it can get.
Very much so. But well, personally, I find a comforting pleasure in it. One, well, mainly because a person trusted me enough to be able to take this, as you stated, this most submissive role ever in their life. So I treat that and I treat that person with the utmost respect because I mean people are looking at them as, oh, that's gay, or oh, that's FAG behavior, and it's just kind of like, no, at the end of the day, if that's what you choose to engage in, that's what you choose to engage in. I'm not going to diminish your character because that's what you choose to engage in. I'm going to help you engage in it, and we're going to live your best life. And that's for
So,
anybody
so,
that's consensually choosing it.
so it's safe to say you got big dick energy.
Correct. Oh,
It's safe
most
to say you got
definitely.
big dick energy.
Oh, most definitely. I don't have my toys with me right now, but I would have pulled it on out for the viewers. I
Oh no,
promise you I
what
would.
was the biggest one a dude took?
I would have to say, and I'm very proud of him. Shout out to you, Jay. I'll just mention your letter because I know you're gonna watch this. He took up to 11 inches. I was very proud of him. I did not think he was gonna do it, but he enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It didn't last very long. It I
Yeah.
definitely am also I definitely am also a, a tomboy, so he took it very well. He took it very well. I got to give it to you. Salute to you, Jay, and can't wait to play again.
Because it's just funny when I talk to like shouts out to Giselle Lane every time I do anything BDSM. I got to shouts out my girl Giselle Lane and House of Gold and stuff. And I always talk about now BDSM is becoming a little bit more normalized in the black community.
Yes, and I'm actually happy about that.
And to the point that I'm seeing more black on black BDSM images, period. Like it was Giselle Lane, they tour, they do little shows and demonstrations and stuff of that nature and what have you and everything. So with you being in the lifestyle and being a dominatrix for 10 years, I noticed you notice more, you probably getting more black subs lately than probably before. Is it safe to say that?
Yes. Um, yes, and I'm actually very excited about that due to the simple fact that, as you know, a lot of in our culture, a lot of things that we do is looked at as, oh my goodness, it's taboo. And I think maybe I'm just a taboo person. Maybe I just enjoy the fucking taboo. Like
So
bring me all the damn taboo at this point. It's enjoyable. I like it. It works for me, and I also get paid from it. So I what I tend to do, especially within our culture and in our community, um is I fucking advocate for it. I'm like, look, this is stuff that people are fucking into, you know what I'm saying? And I do enjoy having my black African American submissives. Now they're not as quick to sign a 2257 and let me record them, but that's okay. I still have my sessions, we still have a good time. They may let me get some pictures as far as content, but they're not willing yet to be so submissive when it comes to being on camera or online with it. But I am very grateful to know that now, like you said, and I don't know if maybe it's because of, and it probably is because of the pandemic, and we're just on our phones and
mhm.
everybody's on Pornhub a little bit more and shit, and they're like, oh, what's this? So
You said
maybe that's
Pornhub.
what it is.
I
But
ain't heard
I'm very
Pornhub.
grateful.
I ain't heard Pornhub in months. I've been hearing nothing but OnlyFans for the past year.
Oh my goodness, don't get me started on OnlyFans. I'm literally not. with OnlyFans anymore. I'm with the good old Excite Bunny. So you can check me out on Excite Bunny at Superior G Heaven. So yes, I have left OnlyFans alone and I'm now on the good old Excite Bunny. So come check me out.
Yeah, cause I tell anybody, they're good. I mean, I even like the fact they went to just strictly subscription because I was like, okay, I'm feeling that, period. For the fact that one, when you clip it up, it makes it too easy for people to cheapen it even more because I think to me that would happen when OnlyFans came in. They kind of cheapened the game because videos even.
Oh my goodness, speak on it. Yes, yes.
Sorry, it's shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, seriously, because
I completely agree. When I made my account, I didn't even realize that my subscription price is the only price that they had to pay to see all of my content on my page. I was like, oh, so they only pay the one subscription price and they're able to gain access to everything. What happens is some things can be blocked for them to pay for, some things they have to pay for. And so they were like, yeah, now you got to do a PPV. And I'm like, man, that's extra work for me. And I'm the fucking dominant. And that's why I said now I'm trying to get into the whole content creator thing. But I'm just used to, regular, transactional, let's get to meet online. And then we're out here in person meeting. Okay. I'm getting my money in my hand, cash in my hand. Like I'm out in the malls, I'm out in the restaurants, I'm pulling you on the leash. Like that's what I'm used to. So yeah, you're absolutely right. I think OnlyFans did bring in the cheat mechanism within, especially within the Findom community, because some subs are approaching me lately. Like one sub asked me about what could £25 get him, and I just laughed so hard and blocked them because I was just like, "Are you kidding me? Like, is this what people are accepting?
no, he did. He said,
To show a titty, to show a boob? What?"
he went to England.
Most definitely. I was like, "What in the
25.
hell?" I thought that we had to be exclusive.
It's like $15 over here. The fuck, nigga? You got you. It's like $15 over here.
Oh,
That's a nipple
Jesus.
shot, motherfucker. For 5 seconds. Vanishing picture.
I don't know. I've literally sent people pictures of my cats for $500 because they wanted to see a pussy so bad. I was like, "You want to see a black pussy? Send the money," and they get a picture of my black ass cat. And it's the funniest rip off shit that I've ever did in my life. But those were the days where sending big and large amounts of money was nothing because you understood this is a luxury, lucrative fetish. This isn't some cheap man's game. And, to each his own, whoever, your price is your price. But if you consider yourself of worth, then you're not going to undersell yourself. Your price is always going to be at a high level and the price is always going up. I don't hear any songs about prices coming down. I always hear songs saying the price is going up. So yeah.
You heard what Pusha T said? Goddamn, yesterday's price ain't today's price.
Ain't
Goddamn.
today's price. Right. I didn't know
So,
who said that, to be honest. So thank you for
and
educating
that's
me.
one of my favorite shits.
I've
Goddamn.
just been hearing the phrase. I didn't know where it came
It's the
from.
shit. Goddamn, that shit comes on strong too. I love that damn song. So I will ask you this then. All right. Now, you're an example of what I mean by a female that don't have to do boy girl because now you're playing in the content realm because now you're putting out content.
Mhm.
Question number one, because I know dudes that will see this will probably hit you up. Have you thought about playing in the boy girl realm?
In the boy girl realm, as far as doing girl on girl content or other type of content?
Like, okay, then basically, okay, fucking a girl, fucking a guy, per se.
Oh, okay.
Hard, hardcore porn. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. I have actually not thought about getting into maybe the porn side of making content. And
Mm.
that's only because I don't want to do what I feel like a lot of a lot of female dominants are doing. You know, they're going from being the female dominant to being the head motherfucking porn star. And no shade to nobody, Lord knows for whoever's gonna watch this and see that. But I, you know, as far as pegging goes, yeah, I always got the big dick energy over here. Superior will help you out when it comes to you need some big old dick. Hit me up. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready to fuck you. No problem. But as far as anybody having intercourse when it comes to with me, I'm not allowing that. Um, Hell, my significant other got to work hard just to have intercourse with me and make sure that everything, every I is dotted and every T is crossed. Ain't nothing over here sweet or free, honey. And that's just where it's at. But you know, as far as having big dick energy for me, absolutely, I'll fuck you all day. But as far as fucking me, that can just be a wonderful fantasy that people just continue to dream about.
You tell you what's funny, right? I got to put a little closer to the camera. See, people, y'all know what I said on the show. There's only two ways that a female can make good money in porn, in sex work, and never have to suck or fuck a dick. You either do extreme fetish, or you do extreme fetish, or you into BDSM lifestyle hard, or you webcam. That's all I got to say. She proves my point. Because I'm gonna tell you what's funny. I talked to a lady that does nothing but phone sex. That's it. That's it.
Yes, I love that. I'm actually looking into that next. I just purchased the book How to Make $10,000 a Month as a PSO phone sex operator. So I'm getting into that as well. You can find me on Night Flirt.
Yeah, because it's because people don't realize there's so many ways within the sex work trade that you can make money, and the key is it's still, even though yes you're a female dominatrix, you still have a brand. And I try to
Correct.
show
Yeah.
people on this podcast that, ladies, one, you can't be dumb to do this business because the things that you had to think about while doing this business. And I don't think women get enough respect, even men to a certain extent, but mainly the women don't get enough respect for that, period. Because you also have a brand that you think about. So it's kind of like, when did it went from I'm being a dominatrix to, okay, I'm now a branded dominatrix. This is my brand.
Oh, thank you for that. That's a good question. That's a good question. When somebody messaged me, when somebody right, I got my Birdman going on over here. For me, it went from being okay, I'm just a female dominatrix to I am a brand dominatrix. When someone messaged me and they told me, oh my gosh, you are the shit, you are an icon, I want to do what you do. And I was like, holy fuck, I am actually being looked at, I am actually being admired. Someone is looking at me and wanting to be me. You know, I think for anybody, you know, and they don't even have to say it, but for anybody, that is a fucking dream come true. To be somebody's icon, to be somebody's role model, to be somebody's person that they look up to. So once I realized that, you know, as Tupac say, all eyes on me. So you know what I'm saying? As soon as I knew that some eyes was on me, I was like, okay, you know, I have to treat this as a business. This is no longer, I have to take although my emotions do play a part in who I am and my personality and what I do, I have to make sure that I'm not putting my emotions out there and I'm putting my business aspects out there. And you know, just being idolized, being admired, being someone's role model is what showed me and taught me like, hey, what you're doing is amazing. What you're doing is brilliant. What you're doing is apparently wanted in this world, and what you're doing um also I lost the word that fast, but I'm sorry, it's also inspiring. I'm inspiring other women, other female dominatrix, novice doms to come out of their shells, to go public. I'm inspiring people to go public, and finally, because damn it, we need y'all out here. We need to be showing who we are. We need to be showing what we do. We need to be showing, you know, unapologetically that we got big dick energy out here. It's some women, you know what I'm saying? We need to be showing this, and we need to be okay with it. So you know, I appreciate you for bringing the limelight to my brand, Superior Goddess Heaven, and for interviewing me today, and for, make having me be able to promote on a totally different platform and talk about who I am and express why I love to do what I do. And things like that. So once I realized that I was an inspiration, is when I knew that this brand was taking off. And like I said, that's why now I'm working in the behind the scenes of doing a little bit of rebranding, because it's now coming out to do. I want to come out and do some content creating. Don't get me wrong, I'm still gonna be out here on these streets, okay, pulling my thugs by the good old leash. But I also want you
But
guys
see,
to
but
see
see,
me on the
but,
platforms
but
too.
see, but see, that's part of having the business is having other means of making money to where you're
Yes, yes.
not on that one flow. Because when OnlyFans said they were bumping girls off, and how many girls would just depend on their OnlyFans, you saw the
Oh man.
they hit the streets, not the street,
Oh man.
the streets.
Yes. Yes, literally. I'm talking about so many people had approached me like, "Hey, Heaven, please show us what to do. What are the steps to going outside?" And I was like, what are y'all talking about? And everybody's like, Avian Stars went away. OnlyFans is show banning people and going away. We need to do what you do. And I'm like, well, shit, you teach me, I teach you at this point, because I'm trying to learn how to do the content creation and you're trying to learn how to do the in real life. But I've always, and very much kudos, props, and respects to these content creators, because this shit is not easy either.
Oh yeah,
It's very hard. It's very hard, and it's tedious and it takes time and it takes patience. And I also want to give a big shout out to my girl Akua Ahima, the kinky coach with the Afrodom Network, that has been such a big help with helping me as far as learning skills for editing. I also want to give out a shout out to Diamond Trio Entertainment, who's been a wonderful and major help when it comes to editing and what apps to use and things of that nature. Just helping me out with free game, because as you saw and as I know, I'm in real life. I don't this video stuff. I'm like, what you need me to do? I feel like a grandmother in headlights at this point. But I'm getting down to the nitty gritty. But yeah, once again, to answer your question, once I realized that I was an inspiration, that's when I knew that this brand, I had to treat it as a business, and it's taken off. And now I want to go and lead now into the content creating portion of my brand. So yeah.
I can't wait to see what you make. So it like this. You had to come back. You had to come back. So,
Most definitely. I am.
so with that being said, can I call you a smoke buddy?
Oh, most definitely. I'm a smoke buddy.
Well, see, y'all heard it, people, first here on video, live in color. That's right. She will be back to the Smokers Lounge, and I will be bringing her back to the Premium Smoke Room. That's right, for $4.99 a month. 7 premium podcasts for you to listen to, dropping weekly or bi-weekly. Talking about $4.99 a month. Go subscribe. You can subscribe on my Anchor. Watch the videos exclusively on Spotify. And any video that's on the Smokers Lounge, it will drop the day of, and then a week later on YouTube. So that means you have to catch Spotify. You want to see it first anyway, regardless. Or exclusive.
Nice. And I'll spice it up for the viewers, and I'll make sure to wear something extra sexy.
Almost definitely. And yes, and we do get very more spicier.
Okay. Like it. I love it. I love it.
And
Okay.
the premium
Spicy.
smoke. So we're gonna set that up. We're gonna set. So with that being said, baby girl, tell everybody where they can spend money on you, find you, and all that good stuff.
Once again, it is your girl, Superior Goddess Heaven, aka Heaven to a Goddess, on Twitter. You can find me on Excite Bunny, Loyal Fans. I do have an OnlyFans, but it might get suspended soon. But I do have one. And you can also check me out on my Koji link, Koji/TO/ Heaven to a Goddess. Go ahead and tip me there on all of my tip methods, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all that wonderful stuff. I'm getting into cryptocurrency soon, so crypto subs come on my way, and I'll see you guys soon. And we can also play on Skype. Thank you so much for having me. It's been a pleasure to be here in the Smokers Lounge, and I am so glad to now be a smoke buddy.
Yes, and see, and knowing that she's in NC, maybe we might look up one day and we get to meet and do a actual face to face.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. We're going to talk about it.
Oh, most definitely. So with that being said, people, you know how we end this all day, every day. Life is a learning experience. What's the point of the experience? You didn't learn anything. Smoke this over. Say goodbye to the people, baby.
Have a good night, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in.
I got you covered.
Somebody call the FBI. What is going on? Somebody still dispute out. My fans would never speak to me so disrespectfully. They'd be like,
but see, here's the difference between your fans and theirs.
Yeah, my fans would be like,
you're a dominatrix,
so yeah. Of course, one man could never be enough for our goddess. You need all of them.
The Premium Smoke Podcast, where all the porn stars come to.
I do.
Shop it.
I unfortunately do know every bitch that dick has ever touched. Well, at least in the last 3 years. But scene is so hot. It's an hour long. And it was such an intense scene that I actually dropped into I dropped off into subspace during the scene.
Always causing that good havoc and give you that great smoke.
Okay, literally, I knew it was that. I'm gonna clear back when he was fine. And then I felt like this, and I said, "What the fuck?" And yeah, I guess he wanted to get deeper, so he.
I'm sorry, bitch. Just got
he put his stomach on my bowel.
Sugar and spice and everything. So you been belly fucked. That we live in a world where we love separating shit. Look at porn, for instance. You got BBW porn, BDSM porn, racial porn. Hold on. But I'm gonna tell you what's interesting. Think about this. What's the name for white on white porn? I'm waiting. Come to the dark side. Let me give you that deep.
Because it also the best cage match ever for me is Tully Blanchard versus Maggot TA, because they fought like two guys that actually had tissue. And fighting is not cool. You roll around on the ground.